What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Segment's Common Sense Corner. I'm your host, Segment. And yes, I've been gone for a while. I haven't been able to make any recordings, but I'm back. Today's topic is going to be about something that a lot of people do. Something that probably the majority of this world does, Well, I can't say this world. I'm not sure. But I know the majority of the Western civilization does. That would be lying to your children. One of the things that I realized when I was growing up is that my mother, she didn't like a liar. She couldn't stand liars. She didn't want to have nothing to do with you if you were a liar. She couldn't stand for her children to lie to her. My father as well, even though he wasn't there all the time, he never had us believing in false hopes and dreams and things that didn't exist, things that weren't real. My mother made it her business to make sure you didn't lie to her. And if you did, you got in a hell of a lot of trouble. She hated to be lied to. She never told me that Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny was real. She never made us believe in something that wasn't true. She might have told you she was coming back in a few minutes and wasn't coming back in a few minutes, but she didn't tell you things like that would cause you to believe in a real falsehood. My father told me that, if you don't feel that it's right, then just don't do it. And I didn't lie to my kids. I didn't tell them there was a Santa Claus. I didn't have them believing in an Easter bunny. A rabbit that lays eggs, really. That whole Santa Claus thing, when I was growing up, my mother said, well, I'm not going to give the credit to somebody who I don't even know. Somebody that never really existed or doesn't exist. Why would I do that? Why am I going to tell my child that some man came sliding down my chimney in the middle of the night when everybody was asleep and left a whole bunch of gifts? Somebody I don't even know. Somebody that's not related. He has nothing to do with this family. He just goes around giving people gifts, coming down their chimney, things like that. She never told me that. No. She said, I'm Santa Claus. And any gift you get comes from me, somebody that cares about you, somebody in your family, friends, things like that. So I said the same thing. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have my kids believing in something that doesn't exist. That's not true. I think that's unfair. I always told my kids, if there's a man sliding down our chimney in the middle of the night, he getting popped. Yeah, I might have to set his soul free. Yeah, let him think about it and come back in another lifetime. Because you have no business in my house coming down my chimney. No. It's an unfair thing that you do to your children when you do that. You have them believing in something that doesn't exist. And then you expect for them to be honest with you. That's so unfair. That's absolutely incorrect. I don't think that's right. You need to tell your kids the truth. You need to be honest with your children. Okay? This guy, Santa Claus, most of you don't even know where that came from. Nobody ever asks, well, who was this dude? Where did he really come from? Did you ever do any research on that? Probably not. And I'm not going to get all into that, because, that's something it's your job. You need to be trying to find out what you're supposed to be believing in and what you should have your children believing in. How about the truth might work for you, but not Santa Claus. It's your job as a parent to teach these kids right from wrong. And when you're lying to them, you're wrong. Period. There's no way you can go around that think of it another way, say it another way, you're wrong. Period. You're lying. Okay? You're raising a liar now. Because now he thinks it's okay to lie. She thinks it's okay to lie. It's okay to lie. What's that little white lie, whatever you want to call it? I don't care what color lie is. It's a lie. It's wrong. And it's not right to do your children that way. You know. You shouldn't have to lie to your kids to celebrate a holiday. First of all. You know, holidays are supposed to be days that you celebrate certain things. For you to have to lie to your child to celebrate something is saying a whole lot about you. First of all. Second of all, when you lie to your kids and then you expect for them to come to you and tell you in comfort that they're getting ready to have sex, or they tried some drugs, or anything, even that they did something good, you know, I don't see how you can even think that is going to happen. You know, if you're lying to them, how you think they're going to want to really talk to you? Sit down and have a conversation with you. I know my mother and father's lies. Why do I need to tell them anything? That's what they're thinking. You know? Tell them the truth. Tell them what's going on in this world. You know? Tell them who they are. Tell them where they came from. Tell them what they need to know. Stop having these children grow up believing in falsehoods all the time. You can't possibly think that it's right for you to do that when, as they get older and they lie to you, you're saying, oh my God, why would he lie to me? Oh my God, why would she say something like that and it's not true? You know, hello? You lied to her all her life. Why should she tell you the truth? Why should she be honest with you? You can't even be honest with her about what's really going on Christmas. You can't even tell her what Christmas really is about. Why? Why do you need to lie about it? I don't understand that. That's just not logical to me. There's no reason to be lying about that. You don't have no real reason to lie, period. I'm thinking the only reason why you should ever really lie is to save a life. Whether it be yours, your children's, a person that you care about, a person you don't know, whoever. The only reason why you should ever really lie. That's how I feel. Now, I'm not trying to make you feel that way, but I feel the only reason why you should ever have to really lie is to save a life. Okay? Now, if you choose to be a little liar, that's up to you, but don't expect for your world to come out the way you want it to if you're constantly lying, you know, because when you tell a lie, you have to continuously tell lies to keep that lie going. To keep that lie alive, you got to keep lying. So, you would think that you don't want to lie like that. You know, you would think that your brain will be overloaded with lies, because at some point you have to actually live that lie. You know, you have to actually believe in that lie yourself. You do. In order to keep that lie alive. So if you're telling your child there's a Santa Claus when there really is no Santa Claus, you must really think there is a Santa Claus. Like, are you really thinking about that? Like, this child is going to think that it's okay for somebody to come down their chimney, or however he gets in your house. It's okay for this man to come in my house and leave these gifts. These so-called gifts. Yeah, that's okay. But we are in the 21st century doing dumb stuff. Being ignorant, you know. Still, this is a lie that's been going on for a long period of time. You've been lying to your kids for a long time. Yeah, you have. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. You know, I'm gonna need you to stop lying to your kids. I don't understand. Tell them the truth. What you think, the truth is gonna be something worse than them growing older and understanding that you have been lying to them all this time? Kids are not as stupid as you think they are, you know. Um, they can handle a lot. Tell them the truth. Tell them mommy went and bought all them gifts. Wrapped them up when you were asleep and put them under the tree. So you'll have something to do in the morning. Something to play with for Christmas. And then when you do that, tell them what Christmas is really about. Tell them where it really came from. Tell them what it really is. Oh wait, maybe you don't even know what it is. I tell you what, do some real research. Find out what Christmas is. Find out what Easter is. Okay? Find out what all of these so-called holidays that you're celebrating are. And then tell your kids the truth. Stop lying to these kids. Okay? It's really that simple. Believe it or not, it really is. It really is. And it's funny how you introduce lying to the child and you think that they won't do it. And what's worse is most people never tell their children the real consequences to some of the things that they do wrong. You know, I mean, as simple as if you feel like it's wrong to drink, you don't want your child to drink, okay? You say because I said so. You don't drink because I said so. You know, or because you're too young. And you leave it at that. You expect for them to have enough common sense not to do it just because you said don't do it. Okay? And if you got common sense, you'll know that just because you said not to do it, they're going to want to go do it. Okay? So, you don't tell them anything, and then your child grows up an alcoholic. Yeah. Well, what did you expect was going to happen? If you don't give them common knowledge, how do you expect them to have common sense? Common knowledge helps give them common sense. You know, you tell them, well, you know, this is going to happen if you drink too much. That's going to happen if you drink too much. Do some research, you know. Tell them what the effects on their bodies are going to be. Are going to, you know, this alcohol is going to have certain effects on your body. So this is why you shouldn't drink, you know. And it impairs you in a certain way where you can't maybe handle yourself. You can actually be poisoned by it and die. You know, tell them things like that. Tell them the truth. Tell them things that actually happen instead of telling them because I said so. Okay. Because I said so never really stopped anybody from doing anything. Really it didn't. It didn't stop me from doing anything. And my mother said it all the time. But she also told us the truth. Okay? This is what's going to happen. You know? You'll tell them not to walk in the middle of the street because you can get hit by a car and get killed. But you won't tell them not to believe in Santa Claus because he doesn't exist. Because you want him to have a happy holiday. He can still, she can still, they can still have a happy holiday. They don't care nothing about Santa Claus for real. And that's another thing you people don't know. Kids don't care about stuff like that. They don't. The thing that they care about is the gift. And that they got a gift. And wait, you made them really concentrate on that too. Instead of making them concentrate on understand the purpose of Christmas. No. It's this big holiday that everybody's supposed to go broke over. And now your kids think that's how it's supposed to be. Just from that one little lie, you change your child's whole life. One little lie. That's crazy. That's real crazy. You know, that's real crazy. Tell them the truth. Be honest with them. Tell them what makes them too young and what the consequences will be even if they weren't too young. Because at some point, they're going to be able to determine if they're still too young. Okay? You know, um, they're going to be able to say, well, I'm grown now. I can drink whatever I want. But you think you have them thinking they're too young all their life, and when they become an adult, they overindulge in things that they shouldn't overindulge in. Okay? I mean, think about it. It really is just common sense. It really is. You know. They need to be able to determine if the consequences are too risky for them or not. You know. You're raising a person, not a toy, not a possession, or a pet. A person. A person that one day will be responsible for their own actions. You know. They can't hide behind you forever. You know. And most children want to go out and experience life. You know. Most people, you know, want to experience life. You know. And if you're lying about life, you can make that experience a disaster for them. A complete disaster. You know. It's not fair. There are too many wars out there for them to fight. You know. You send them out there unarmed. You can't expect for them to survive through it. You know. And if they do survive, you gotta know they're gonna be damaged. You know. Instead of damaging your children, you know, you should try to protect them. Protecting them is not just holding up a shield. You know. Stand behind me. I got this. No. Protecting them consists of, yeah, maybe sometimes you have to be the shield. But it also consists of you giving them the truth. Giving them the ability to make decisions with the correct knowledge. You know. Not throwing them out there to the wolves and letting them figure it out for themselves. Just come on now. You gotta do better than that. You know? You gotta do better than that. You know, I mean, there are too many things going on in this world that they need to know about, that we're lying to them about. Okay? That we're trying to shield from them, that we're trying to keep them from seeing because we think they're gonna go do it and things like that. You know. Maybe if you tell them about these things and make them understand what's going on and what these things do to people, you know, and how they hurt people, maybe you'll raise an honest person with morals, okay, and an understanding of life. You might try that. You might, you know. The more they know and understand, the better chances will be to gain maturity and wisdom from the experiences they encounter. You know, false hopes only produce false realities. I can't see why you would want your child to have a false reality in the first place. It's an incorrect way of living. You know, all these kids are growing up with self-confidence issues. You know, they're growing up believing that you're supposed to look a certain way. You're supposed to be a certain way. And don't get me wrong. We're not all going to look alike. Okay? And we're not all going to be alike. We should not even think like that. We shouldn't. Because when you were brought to this planet, when you were given a life to live on this planet, you were given your life. You weren't given my life. You weren't given somebody else's life. You were given your life. Okay? And there's a reason why you were given your life. You need to let them understand that. You know, you can't be me. I can't be you. You can't be anybody else here. Period. You know, let them understand that so that they can get a better reality for themselves. You know, instead of telling them there's a Christmas that, you know, is all this grandiose crap that's supposed to be going on, you know, in this holiday season, and some guy is going to come down his chimney and do all this miraculous, spectacular stuff for me because, I don't know, I deserve it, I guess. I don't know. Really? Come on. Stop it. Just stop it. You know, it's a shame. It's really a shame. I've watched children think that this guy is going to, oh, he's going to give me such and such a bike, and, you know, And then they watch commercials with kids who are poor in different countries, and they have nothing. They have nothing. What do you tell them about that? How do you explain that one away? And I have not heard, not one time have I heard a real good explanation for that. I haven't. I mean, and some of y'all don't even care. I know. I get it. But that's why your children are the children I see in the supermarket or in the mall or somewhere in public acting out. Yeah. Cursing you out. Yeah. Calling you out of your names. Disrespecting you. Like that's okay. Yeah. Oh, or you're on one of them talk shows and telling the world, I'm scared of my son. Yeah. I gave birth to a monster. No, you didn't, dummy. You gave birth to a child. You made a monster. You caused him to be a monster. He disrespects you because of what you put out there. Yeah. I don't understand that either. You got all these parents who now they're afraid, you know, because they feel like if they discipline their child, they're going to get locked up, so on and so forth. And you have all these kids believing that, oh, if I call the police, I'll get you in trouble and all that other stuff. Let me just be the first to tell you. If he needs his ass whooped, tear that ass up. Why? Because when he goes to prison at the age of 18, who you think gonna be tearing that ass up then? Who? It ain't gonna be you. And you're not gonna be there to stop it. No. So if you stop lying to your kids and instill some morals and some principles in these children, you might be able to avoid him getting his ass tore up by somebody in prison. Whether it be the CO, another inmate, okay, or the police just before he gets there. Yeah. Can't hit your kids. I hear that, but you know what? I believe in discipline. I absolutely believe in discipline. I believe in punishment. Yes, I do. I don't believe in child abuse. Okay. No, I don't. I don't believe that you should deliberately be hurting a child. You know, as if that child really deserves that. You know, that like you should be doing nasty crap to children. You should be really abusing a child, beating him upside his head and chaining him to things and keeping him from eating, her, him, whoever. No, I don't believe in any of that. I don't believe in none of that. I don't. But I do believe in discipline. Because at one point, discipline was you teach your child what your child needs to know about how to survive. Excuse me. And when the time comes, he's supposed to be learning. Yes, he is supposed to be learning how to survive. Okay? And how to take care of a family. He or she. Yeah. And then when the time comes for them to be able to do that, they have to go out there and do that. At that time, they were sent out there to handle their business. And either they learned how to handle their business and came home, or they didn't. Now, that's a little harsh. Yeah, it is. But it was the way, Now that we're in the Western civilization, we're here. We have things at our feet that makes it so that we can push the easy button. Okay? I ain't mad about it, don't get me wrong. But you don't have to lie to push the easy button. You can still tell the damn truth. You can still let these kids understand you need to get out there and handle your business. You have to survive. This is how you do it. Yeah, you still need to teach them these things. Santa Claus ain't gonna help nobody damn it survive. That lie is not gonna help anybody get anywhere. I don't understand. It's not stopping anybody from getting killed. What are you lying for? Tell them you bought the damn bank. What's the problem? I don't understand. I'm going to tell you the truth. And I hope that you know that if your kids are ever around me, they're going to know the truth. You better believe it. They're going to know the truth. Think they ain't when they will. You better know. So if you want to keep lying to your kids and you want a false reality for your children, don't ask me to babysit. Don't do it. Don't bring them around me. Don't bring them around my kids. No. Because we're going to tell the truth. Because you are an idiot if you think that's making it good for them. Because it's not. Anyway, that's just how I see things. See you soon.